Hello again. Okay, so before I kick this off, I guess I should confess to I guess it's kind of a crisis of conscience on the one hand, but on the other, it's kind of proof of exactly the point that I've been making for more years than I can even think about or remember. I heard late yesterday from a regular follower of the principles that I've been promoting. Promoting's probably a bad way to put it, because that sounds like I'm getting money for it. But presenting, how about that? For all these years, saying that using progressive betting, and specifically progressive betting along the lines that I recommend, he took his bankroll from 2,000 to over 70,000, and then in the last 48 hours lost it all. And obviously I'm sympathetic and very sad about that. On the other hand, I'm sort of thinking to myself, well, you know what? I mean, basically that proves the point that I've been trying to make for all these years, and that is that you've basically got to be bulletproof in order to be able to justify even trying these games. Because it's the volatility that kills you. The sort of the 99% of the time when things go pretty easy, which is what they do most of the time with these shoes, for instance, with this particular platform and this game, baccarat, it's pretty easy most of the time, and then bang, it gets really shitty. And that's when you have to have a lot of money behind you. I mean, you know, just here we went sort of like -1 unit, -2, sort of +8, and that's good. So we're 125 to the good, 3 bets in. We won one of those bets and lost 2 of them. That looks great. You know, that's just a microcosm. That's a teeny weeny little thing. And that's repeated over and over and over again, and then suddenly you get one of these really shitty runs, and that's when you have to be backed by an enormous amount of money and try to relate the money that you're taking into the game with the money that the casino has behind it, if it has to deal with one of your winning streaks. I mean, they just have basically, it's not an infinite bankroll, but it's certainly enough to meet the challenge. Double for the loss. Anyway, I'm very sorry for my friend's demise, and I just hope that that he won't start over and go back to the game, because it's pointless.
This
Alexa,
is a reminder.
Stop. And yes, I will drink water. That's a very good idea.
This is a reminder. Drink water.
See how it is with AI? You tell it to stop and it just won't stop. What the hell was that? I got into trouble there, didn't I? No, I didn't. So it's a repeat. 1, 2. Oops, damn it. Three, 4, third. And there we have it. Made a little bit more that time. The second one was the second turnaround. We made 175. Okay, so now double for the loss. And 1, 2, third. And we stick with that because it's already a turnaround. And we're out again. +1 for the win. 51 second. Repeat. 1, 2 second. Good enough. I think that was good enough. Double for the loss. 1, 2 third. Back to the minimum. 1-2, third again. Well, so far we're going with the flow, or the flow is going with us, whatever. But you know, I mean, it's just the reality that you know, most of the time you don't need big bucks, but when you do need them, you better have them, because otherwise everything will get sucked into that sort of great vacuum, that big sort of tube that leads from your pocket to the cashier's cage. What the fuck was that? Okay, yes, we don't do anything with that. We're at 1-2, so sorry, I wasn't paying attention, as usual. Okay, so we're happy with that. Yeah, it's not the sort of like the back and forth, the ebb, you know, the ebb and flow, the sort of the tidy shoes that you need the big money for. It's those bloody screaming weirdo shoes that you know, you just gotta be ready for that. That'll be 51, and that would be a repeat, and that would be 1-2 second. And we're cool with that. +1 for the win. 51 second. Repeat. Minimum. +1. Double for the tie. Oh, excuse me. +1. God, I'm a dozy bugger, aren't I mean, I could just stay in bed and not subject you to the sound of me yawning and snorting and all the rest of it, but hey, why should I suffer alone, I say. Try that again. Okay, we're out of that, so back to the min. Double for the loss. Double for the tie. 2, 3, third. Alright. Minimum. +1. 51 second. 2, 3, third. 5, 3. I think this is the first time we've had to drop this shoe. 5, 3 drop. 5, 3 it is. 1, 2, 3. 8, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. 5, 6. That did not go according to plan. That should have been a win. But isn't it funny how it doesn't always do what you want? 11, 12, third. Ouch! Okay. 2.5, 1.5. Drop. 3, 1.5. 2.5, 1.5. 4. This is not going according to plan all of a sudden. 4, 3. 1, 2. 3, 4. Second. Yeah, see, this is where you get your boost, of course, is once you get into the big bets and you start rounding up. I mean, this is what I do. You can do whatever you want, so long as you stick with the basic rules, the down and the out, and the, you know, sort of maintaining a relationship between your target, which is the hole you're in, plus a profit, and your out, which is, you know, sort of my name for your next bet, the bet you're pushing out onto the table. You know, you can do whatever you want by way of rounding up and so on. I just tend to round things up for tidiness and to sort of try and, I can't eliminate red flags for the house, but I can mute them a little bit or reduce them a little bit. Double for the loss, double for the tie. That's 2-3 again. 1, 2, 3. 5, 3 drop. 5, 3 it is. 1, 2, 3. 8, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh dear. 14, 15. Third. For a moment I thought we were going to be all right. And we've come to the end of this shoe and now we're in trouble again. 14, 15. Oh, look at that. Out of trouble. Okay. So we bet 3,000 there and we made 300. Whatever. In what? 12 seconds? I don't know. +1 for the win. Oh! Okay, so I'll just snap that for the fun of it. Start new shoe. Ba-boom. Ba-boom. Yeah, I got to say something here. I'm very disappointed because I watch quite a bit of YouTube and I've been watching this thing lately, this ad that keeps coming up with this guy full of enthusiasm, full of verve, lots of charisma, lots of this, that and the other, pitching a piano playing program that he has, which turns out to cost about $3,000. And he talks about how, you know, sort of like within 7 days you'll be playing however many songs, and within a month you'll be playing blah 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 blah. 6 months you'll be, you know, and this whole bit. I just read a breakdown of this whole thing, and by golly, it's a scam. I mean, that's so sad. Yeah, I'll probably get sued for that, but you know, that's the consensus from piano experts, not just piano teachers who are pissed off that there's somebody who's saying that they've got a method of teaching the piano that's better than theirs. Anyway, that's a repeat. 51, 2, 3, third. There we go. But it's kind of disappointing, you know, because anything that sounds too good to be true probably is. I mean, that's an old cliche, and it's part of the reason for me putting up so many of these demos is that you know, you can see hour upon hour upon hour upon hour upon forever examples of this thing working. And then you'll see it going off the rails. It becomes really hard to bring it back down to profitability, and it's sometimes it's tens, hundreds of thousands that are needed to you know, to bring it back to profitability, and that's really the point that I'm trying to make all the time. Is just don't bother. These games cannot be beaten if you try random betting against random outcomes, and if you don't have a huge amount of money behind you. I mean, my friend, he's just lost over $70,000, and lots of people will think, well, you can't possibly lose with $70,000. But you know, you're talking about a game where, because of the progression, you can easily get into huge bets. He was saying that I think one bet that he lost was 32,000 and another one was 35. I'm not. They were both over 30,000 anyway. And you know, I think after the first loss, I'd say, okay, don't keep playing. Just stop. Don't fall back to the minimum. That's a bad idea because you can never recover. Like, you know, if he lost the 32,000 or whatever, just take a break. Step back. You know, think things through. You know, start again somewhere else. I'm constantly pitching this thing about how it doesn't matter if you move to another game, another table, another town, another bloody continent, on another day, another month, or another year. Nothing changes. The numbers are the same. The probabilities are identical for every single bet. If you're playing Baccarat and the odds against you are 1.35% for the house, that applies to every single bet. And there is just no doubt about that. And now I've completely lost track. Oh yes. 150, lost 50, 51, but you know, I mean, it's kind of frustrating because I'm not selling gambling. What I'm selling is acceptance of reality. I'm demonstrating that these games can be beaten, but trying to show that they can only be beaten with a huge bankroll, and that excludes the vast majority of the people who are pissing their money up the wall or down the drain or flushing it or burning it or whatever in Las Vegas and every other gambling centre in the world, every day, every minute of every day. It's madness is what it is. Okay, back to the minimum. But you know, I mean, I'm sorry for my friend and his loss. But on the other hand, I mean, he and I have even had conversations about it. I don't have a direct connection with the vast majority of people that are in contact with me, who've been followers for years, and you know, who mostly have positive things to say, but some don't. You know, I guess it's the ones who've lost. You know, but I am not selling gambling. I'm selling common sense, and common sense says gambling is a bad idea, and that's something that that today's world just doesn't seem to go along with. You know, I think we're now on a winning streak, and I need to shut up. Plus another one. Plus another one to the 5-unit max, and we'll repeat that. Okay, next 125 that we lose, we eat. Oh bugger. It would have been nice if it hadn't been the very next one, but that's how it is. Double for the tie. 51 second. Repeat. 1 2 second. 3 4 third. Leave that alone. And we're out. I mean, most of the time, the small bankroll that I'm playing with here is beyond the means of the majority of people. So you know, there's so many better things you can do with your money. And if you've got spare money to invest, I don't know. I mean, what can I tell you? So I think we're on 51 now. Yes, I'm really sad for my friend, but it's just, I'm just so tempted to say, well, I told you. Well, that's not a kind thing to do, so. I think we're on like 2 3 second. Alright, minimum. +1 for the win. Plus another one. We'll try that again. 2 3 third. Yeah, we're getting another pretty friendly shoe, and most of them are. You know, most of them are pretty much of a breeze if you're betting sensibly. If you're betting randomly, then even the breezy ones can prove tough. I mean, if you're zigging when the when the cards zag and vice versa, then you're fucked. You know, I mean that's how it is. And I really should watch my language, because I know there are people out there who are offended by the King's English, as it now is. +1 for the win. 51 second. Repeat. Minimum. Double for the loss. 1-2 third. 3-2 drop. 3-2 it is. 1-2. 5-4. 1-2-3-4. Now we'll go to 5-6. The rule on responding, you know, increasing the bet after a tie is pretty simple. And I keep saying I've got to have a kind of a preamble that goes in front of each one of these things, or a rule explanation. With double downs, if the bet is 100 or less, then automatically double it after a tie. If it's more than 100, don't touch it after a tie, unless increasing the bet can enable you to go from a mid-recovery bet to a potential turnaround bet. So I had 5-4 was the bet, then we had a tie, so I'm saying, okay, let's now make it 5-6, because that's a turnaround potential. And just keep in mind, this bet, just because I've done that, or anything that I do, any single thing that I do at all, doesn't change the fact that every single bet has a negative expectation. So my chances of losing are greater than my chances of winning. However, what I'm trying to make sure of is that if I do win, if I do manage to beat those slight negative odds, then I've got the right bet in place at the right time, it turns me around and I can start over. So we're on 5-6, boom, and there, you know, we got it. And so instead of the obvious happening, or the expected happening, which is me losing because of negative expectation, I won, so now I go back to a minimum. If you keep going, you probably won't last very long. Another +1. That's a double. I always dislike these particular doubles. I do not know why, except maybe it's because I keep losing the bloody things. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 2-3 second. Thank you, player. That's a repeat. That's a loss, you may have noticed. 51 second. That's a repeat. And that's a double for the tie. And that's a 3. That's a repeat. No, so it's a 2-3. 2-3 second. Thank you, player. $51 second. Try it again. Minimum. Where are we at? We're at 33 wins to 21 losses. So it's not really that brilliant that I'm winning. I mean, I should be, shouldn't I? Probably even somebody random betting, like a brainless idiot, would be winning with 33 wins to 21 losses. So no kudos there. Or as they say in America, kudos, making it sound like some sort of plural. It's actually Greek, I think. I have to look that one up, won't I? Oh, yawn. Okay, so I think we'll repeat that one. So it's 2-3 third, 1-2-3, coming to the end again. No, we're not quite. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely with the flow with this one. I mean, we're 35 wins to 20. Well, like I say, I mean, there's nothing great about winning against that kind of bias, or with that kind of bias. Wow, 1-2 third. There we go. +1. 51 second. A repeat. Minimum. Double. I think this might be the last hand. Yeah, I'm not going to bother to chase that. I'm not going to extend to another shoe. But yeah, it's always depressing to hear about somebody losing. But it's, you know, like lots of people would say, well, I mean, a 70,000 bankroll is plenty. It's not. You know, I mean, not when your minimum is 25. You've seen me in these demos. Anybody who's watched, you know, any of the demos will see me going way above 70,000. Not regularly, but not rarely either. You know, there'll be 70 plus thousand at risk. That's a save, and let's have a look and see how we did in terms of winning more when we won than we lost when we lost, which is very important. Oh, God, I hate it when there's red ink on this list. It just spoils everything, don't you think? Just frustrating. But there we are. Okay, so we went down not a lot, I don't think. £2,000, eh? Okay, 801, 12825 over 30. See, I mean, this shoe, it was very much a banker bias, and we don't bet banker if we can avoid it. I mean, with the hop, I bet the banker, but I don't like it because I hate commission. And I think I'm right to hate commission. That's just me. Alexa, 12825 over 30.
12,825 divided by 30 is 427.5.
9475 over 36.
9,475 divided by 36 is approximately 263.1944.
428 over 263.
428 divided by 263 is approximately 1.6274.
163% is pretty damn good. I like that. Don't say a word. Zip it. Okay, skip. Drop. 428 over 263 equals 163%. Okay, so in that particular case we lost 6 more bets than we won, but we came out with a very decent profit of 3,350, and we bloody well deserved it. Okay, I don't think we got into any trouble there. Well, nothing to write home about. This is number 802. And 5125 over 39. over 28. We kicked ass. 2300 over 28. Yeah, this is going to be a tight thing, I think. Alexa, 5125 over 39.
5,125 divided by 39 is approximately 131.4103.
2,300 divided by 28.
2,300 divided by 28 is approximately 82.1429.
131 divided by 82.
131 divided by 82 is approximately 1.5976.
Oh, that's interesting. I was expecting a lower win over loss percentage there, but that's 160% is, that's pretty good. Skip, drop. 131 over 82 equals 160%. But you know, I mean,
Okay, please tell me now.
Alexa, stop.
Goodbye.
Yeah, as I was about to say before I was so rudely interrupted, you know, there is no doubt at all, logically, mathematically, from any standpoint. I mean, commonsensically, you know, if you're going to lose over time, you're going to lose more bets than you win, because that's what the house advantage is for. That's what negative expectation is. Therefore, you must win more when you win than you lose when you lose, so that you can offset the disadvantage in numerical terms of wins over losses, losses exceeding, or the number of losses exceeding the number of wins. So there is no argument about that. You know, there is no point in denying that, because it's so easily proved. You know, so therefore you have to do what I'm suggesting, what I'm insisting is the only thing you can do, that you have to bet progressively, and you have to have a progression which is restrained or controlled, so that you don't go roaring into sort of tens of thousands at the drop of a hat. And so that's what this is. It's a constrained, restrained, controlled progression. And that's the name of that tune. So I will see you next time. I know there's going to be a next time. I keep telling myself there won't be a next time, but there always is. So see you next time.